If you're starting up your own business, your own small business, and you want to ask the expert, then we have the expert right here, right now. Over to you, Vassos. Who might that be?
We're thrilled on this show to be powered by flowers, and we have our next guest to thank for it. He's both an actual magician and an absolute magician with bouquets and hampers. So please welcome Director of Prestige, the Flower World's giant schnauzer, rabble-rouser, shut your browser, it's Phil Crowther!
All right, Phil.
Wow. Thank you for that, Vassos, by the way.
How are you, mate?
Oh, awesome, Chris. Thank you.
Oh, it's great to work with you, Phil. Seriously.
It's been incredible.
How much fun is this?
It's amazing, isn't it?
It's great. Entrepreneur and businessman Phil Crowther, Director of Prestige Flowers. When did it all begin? How did it begin? Tell us the origin story, if you don't mind.
Well, I think it's about 13 years ago, and I can't take all the credit for Prestige Flowers. My brother is brother Simon. He's an IT whiz, and we've been very close growing up. And for me, for what we wanted to do was do something revolutionary and identify something in the market. Because remember, 13 years ago is when online was just becoming a big thing.
Yeah.
And we tried different business ventures, and it kind of produced different redirections of what worked and meeting the right people and getting the right people on board. And from there, it's just been an absolute dream. It's surreal when you can talk about people, what you do, and they say, "Oh, we've heard of you guys," or "We bought from you," and it's a wonderful feeling. I mean, the last decade or so has absolutely flown by, and the teams that we have are absolutely phenomenal. And you can have a vision, and it's how they can shape that vision with you and challenge the things that you believe is the right thing to do to make something quite extraordinary, honestly.
You really do talk the talk. Honestly, I could
bless
listen
you,
to
Chris.
you wax lyrical all day.
And what I always say is you make it convenient, and convenience will always win.
Yeah.
It will always win. Make it easy. And that's why we're constantly innovating. The team, the tech teams, what they can do. Like Vassos was telling us all about our wonderful message card features. You can send video messages now with our bouquets. Incredible.
Why wouldn't you be able to do that?
That's just wonderful, isn't it?
And you got some example bouquets here, and they are beautiful.
Oh, thank you. And they're a talented team, aren't they?
You've got a talented team, you've got great growers, you've got great suppliers, you've got great logistics. But like you're talking about the petal count, that's my new favourite phrase.
Yeah, you need a product that's going to be sturdy and
Yeah.
has ultimately got longevity.
Yeah. So 2011 you set up. How long did it take for you to become profitable?
To be honest, it pretty much straight away. Because we were very careful with what we did.
Yeah, so costs, very attentive to costs.
Yeah, you know, it's the business always came first for us. And what I've always learned, I mean, I was in Scotland, I was doing law originally, and realised this was far more exciting than that. We paid ourselves very modestly, invested in the business, invested in the people to join the business, find the responsibilities, find the talent, delegate the talent, continue to grow, and you learn. And that's a great thing. Even today, you consistently learn new things.
All right, so initial team, how many people? Day one?
Day one, it's probably about 4 or 5 of us.
4 or 5, and now?
Between the guys at the dispatch and our head office, there's just over 200 people involved in the business right now.
So tipping points in your business?
I think, you know, we were very fortunate, obviously, during the COVID years, when we were safely able to operate. We weren't sure what the demand would be, and the business really was catapulted. You know, being able to connect people when people were able to do so, we really found a need, and that for us was wonderful that we could have that purpose in the most surreal times. Was incredibly special and important to us to be able to do that, honestly.
Wow, it's amazing, mate. Gail from Newport says, I'm attempting to start a side hustle selling my homemade greetings cards online. So far, it's been family and friends mostly who've bought them, but I've had a few sales. What would Phil recommend as the first step towards marketing?
Okay, establish something that's different. You know, you can't simply regurgitate what's already been done. There has to be something very special, unique. What is your unique selling point to that product? There's various arms. We're in an era today of where social media is huge. Adapt to everything. Look at what's trending, what's important, whether it's TikTok. It's not necessarily about selling on third-party platforms. It's establishing yourself, reaching out to the right partners who can elevate your business. Tell her to get in touch. Speak to me.
Oh, that's so cool, man. Joanne says, hi, Chris and Phil. I have a small business selling bespoke dog collars, but I'm really struggling for a name. Any ideas? How did you come up with Prestige? Good question.
Dog
Great question.
collars. Oh, wow. My dog, Rua, she would love one of those. I'd have to... Well, the pet market's huge. And, people spend more money on their pets than they do their grandmother. That's the data I got. And in our hamper business, obviously, we have sold pet products before there. Dogs, wow, people love them, honestly. They
Dog
do.
hampers. Do you do
Oh,
dog
definitely.
hampers?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
So how do you come up with prestige?
I can't take full credit. I had to give credit to my brother Simon. It's actually quite funny joke in a way. At the time, there was a big film out called Step Brothers. Do you remember that with John C. Reilly,
Absolutely,
Will Ferrell?
Great.
And they decided to come up with this crazy worldwide business. And what did they call it? Prestige Worldwide. We thought, well, that'd be fantastic. And we put prestige into the name, and that's exactly what we're about.
So funny, isn't it?
We have to be. It's prestige
man.
flowers.
All right, stay with us. Please don't go anywhere. +44 333 00. If you want to ask this marketing and retailing genius, Phil, whose birthday is today. Happy birthday,
Oh,
Phil.
thank you, Chris. Wow.
A question.
I try to keep that one quiet.
Well, good luck around here. +44 333 00. If you want to ask him anything about setting up a business, because he's been there, he's done it, and he's got the T-shirt. What opportunity? Question for Phil. Here we go. Jeanette, I've just finished a degree in fine art, and I'm in the early stages of trying to set up a business using my artwork on products. I'm trying to think of how to best market and position myself. Do I just try the local fairs, county shows, go straight online, contact interior shops or designers, license designs? I'm not sure where to start. I'm very excited but overwhelmed all at the same time. Thank you for any advice.
Oh wow, that's incredible. I mean, art's a huge field, and we've done a bit in the art world before. We've done bouquets inspired by the masterpiece with the National Gallery. From Van Gogh's sunflowers to the Monet lily ponds. Licensing is fantastic. You can get out to the right people. Whether or not that niche is right for you doesn't really matter. It's about speaking to people, learning from expertise. You don't know what doors then generally going to open for you. And local is brilliant. Speak to local colleges. Everybody knows somebody. Get your work out there, showcase it to as many people as you possibly can do. Obviously, social media is a wonderful platform to elevate that. But yeah, local, try licensing. There's a number of agencies online. If you give them a quick Google, you'll find some windows there that you can peer into and find the answers, hopefully.
Yeah.
But good luck to her.
No,
Wow.
I love that. One of the things I used to say to people when I had a bigger company was, people used to come to me. They said, I've been offered this at another place. What do you think? I said, well, you always have my blessing to go somewhere else. We don't want to lose you, or I wouldn't have the conversation if I didn't mind them going. And then I would say, look, the only thing I would say is, if this isn't where you want to be ultimately, and it's a stepping stone, don't let the contract be don't create too much friction within the contract negotiation to stop it happening and it become a deal breaker. Because keep the main thing. Where do you want to end up? And anything that gets you there, just in a way, just do it. One way or another. Questions for Phil. Here we go. Phil has done it. And people are trying to do it. Here we go. Charlotte says, please can you ask Phil how you push through the hard times and come out the other side? We have a laser engraving business called Mellon & Co. We've had the worst 9 months and we're finding it really tough.
Okay, what products are they selling?
A laser engraving business.
Oh, okay, right, so personalisation.
Yeah.
Is it? Right, okay. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of players out there doing it, and there's a lot of big platforms out there that offer similar services. The last 9 months, I'm sure, you've kind of got different trends in different markets. Again, it comes down to visibility. What are you laser engraving, which is different to what other people can laser engrave?
Is there a market there? Is there a big enough market there?
Yeah, we have it ourselves. We do personalisation, and we've got some huge things coming in the future with what we can. If it's got a surface, you can laser engrave it. But tell her to get in touch. She might have something I don't yet know about that I might want to know about.
You need to come and do a seminar or a talk. Seriously, come.
I'd love to. And that's it, because you learn from other people. If you assume you know everything, you know nothing.
Why don't we do a side hustle weekend or something like that, where Phil and some people who've done it come and talk to? Would you do that? Would you?
We could do it together, Chris, shall we?
No, I'll host it. I would love to host it. It'd be great, man. James in Islington, how do you balance getting the right messages to sell on social media versus making stuff to entertain audiences on those platforms, particularly TikTok? Should you sell first and entertain second, or the other way around? Good question.
It depends on what you're targeting and what platform. And obviously, you've got Facebook, where you can be very specific to your targeting, whether people have got friend's birthday coming up or an anniversary coming up. You can be quite specific to actually there's a need for you to want to buy flowers to celebrate that milestone occasion. Whereas TikTok is quite an organic, natural way. And I think people appreciate that platform the more playful you are with it.
Right.
If you're sell on it, you're not going to do very well because that's not what people are on that platform for.
Yeah, well, I can testify to that because I know that some massive people, especially in the well-being space, which is where I sort of live most of the time online, they've got millions and millions of followers and subscribers, and people love what they do. And the second they put an ad up, their likes go down to like in the hundreds as opposed to the tens of thousands. And it's not an anti-vote. It's just people go, this is an ad. It's not the same. No, thank you very much. I'm moving on. That kind of thing. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, people don't like to be sold to. They don't like to be sold to. And for something like TikTok, it's if they'll appreciate you more if you can do something that they go, wow, I really enjoyed watching that. The value of that and the awareness you create is far more valuable than asking somebody to buy your flowers.
I think it's so right. I think one of the reasons I find it so easy to have you as a partner on the show is the fact that exactly to what you just said, we're not selling because people want flowers. So you're facilitating something they already want. You're just giving them the best version of that product, and that is a different business to be. That is the business to be in.
Yeah.
Get an audience who wants something, and say, look, other people's mediocrity is my opportunity, and therefore it's your opportunity because I can give you what you want better than what you've had before. We'll have a better relationship. You'll like us more. We'll like you more. It'll be an upwards journey, an upward spiral, and also we'll give you a better product, hopefully for even less than you're paying for a bad product.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what it's all about.
So I'm speaking fluent, Phil. I feel like you're inspiring me here.
You're speaking my language,
Oh, my
Chris.
God.
That's exactly what we're about.
Phil, you're the best. Becky in Yorkshire, question for Phil. Can you be good at marketing without being a data nerd? I'm super creative and have worked in comms and marketing for over a decade, but just not as passionate about numbers and stats. Ideas, though, that's my jam. What's your advice? Can I ever rise through the marketing ranks?
Data's key. It is important, and it's as with this radio show, data is everything. Data is everything to making sure we're marketing to the right people. It helps you adapt to, okay, who is your audience or what your potential audience is. Why are you not tapping into that audience? And if you can analyse data, or if you can't, find somebody who can, because that can really speak to you. It can really show you gaps in your business where actually there's a niche here. You could be speaking to this demographic. Like we love Virgin Radio because it's a wonderful audience that synergizes so well and beautifully to people who buy from us every single day. But
and we're joyous. We're a joyous audience. We celebrate life.
Absolutely, and that's what it's about. It's what it's the philosophy of everything that we do. Kind of just aligns perfectly with the voice of what this family show is.
Love it.
But we want to make sure there's longevity in our flowers, to make sure young people are sending flowers to their mums, to their fathers. Flowers is for everybody. That's the key thing.
Rachel, another question about marketing. It seems to be a lot of questions about marketing here. My question for Phil is: does he have any recommendations for where I can learn about marketing for my injury rehab clinic?
Injury rehab clinic.
Great,
wow,
it?
That's incredible.
So many people doing so many different things.
Yeah. Presumably that's where, if you've been injured in sport, you would then need some sort of program to get yourself.
But how do you market
on the mend?
I suppose what she's saying, Rachel, is there a golden rule or a few golden rules to marketing, regardless of what you're offering?
I don't think there's any golden rules. Every product or any service that you're marketing is going to have a niche area where you need to go down.
And everything is niche, isn't it?
Yeah. So
the biggest industry in the world is niche because there are 7.3 billion people on the planet, and only a very small percentage of anybody, even the biggest percentage, buys something from one person.
Yeah. I mean, for her, maybe she could get some key contacts at some sports colleges, sports universities, start building a network up there.
So get around the tribes that you can facilitate.
Find where your customers are and get in there. Make sure you can see them, speak to them, and make sure they can see you, more importantly.
Right. Very important. You're an entrepreneur. You're a successful entrepreneur. I'm a very positive person. Va's a very positive person. I don't mind failing. Human beings are made of mistakes. If you don't make mistakes on a daily basis, you're not trying hard enough. Can you give us a couple of your vulnerabilities over the past 13 years? What did you get wrong and what did you learn from getting stuff wrong?
Wow, that's a big question, Chris.
If you don't mind answering it.
No, absolutely. Like, as I've said before, every failure I don't see as a failure, but more of a redirection.
Signpost. It's a signpost.
It's a signpost to where
you need to go. Go over here.
We might have built a particular product that didn't do well, or we might have done something very well that actually let's put more effort and focuses into that. like I said, before Prestige even existed, myself and my brother Simon, we tried selling beauty products on there.
Yeah.
We built our own platform, established a relationship with drop shippers, and we learnt a lot. We learnt a lot about data, about how to, the engineering of a website, the engineering of supply, and figured different things that didn't work with that. Okay, we'll try something else.
So the headline is that didn't work, but the story is we learned all this during the
everything
process.
is all part of your journey. And even today, anything that doesn't do well, continue and strive past that, and great successes will happen.
You're the best, mate. Honestly, you're so
Chris.
inspiring. The first time I met you, I thought the team as well, all great. They're all sort of mini yous, representatives.
You have to have full credit with the team and look after them. Honestly, like the team, from the people who design our bouquets to the people who design our hampers. I love it. I love to be challenged when somebody will bring something to me and say, Phil, we're going to do this. What do you think of that? I go, wow, I didn't think of that, but I love it.
What did you get for the bloke who founded Prestige Flowers with his bro and his business partner for his birthday?
What do I get? I still love flowers.
Yeah. We got you. Look,
Chris! My goodness, a wonderful forecourt and reduced to clear bunch of flowers.
Look at this.
Thank you so much for this.
This is why this picture.
Oh, I'm delighted, Chris.
Right, I'm just going to hold this bunch of flowers next to a Prestige bunch of flowers. Clearly, there's a price difference, but there's also a quality difference.
That looks ridiculous.
Chris is holding up one of our beautiful bouquets, and a questionable supermarket bouquet has been reduced to clear. But thank you so much, Chris. I will take that back to Halifax with me.
Mate. There's a gap in the market, but there's a market in the gap. Yes, there is. Definitely, without question. Phil, great to see you.
Chris,
Thanks
it's
for
a
being
pleasure.
our partner. I really mean it. I am not blowing smoke. I really, really mean it. It's great to work with you, my friend.
It's been wonderful to work with
and
you.
your team. And thanks for Carfest, everything you did at
Well,
Carfest.
we met your team yesterday, and I've got one big question to ask. Can we do it again next year?
Oh, let me think about it. Yeah, all right then.
Oh, we've got some great things coming, Chris.
Come on, flower power, love it. prestigeflowers.co.uk, you got the hampers, you got other stuff going on, and more stuff coming next year. A round of applause for Phil and his team from our team. Here we go.
Oh, thank you, everybody. Thank you so much, Chris. It's been an absolute joy being here. Thank you so much.